This is Lockdown Zeben, hashtag 50, video number 50, and this is about the Almost Home project started by Andy Whitehouse that was opened up to the group and has turned into a lovely group project. So I thought I'd make a little video on the progress of it. Currently with my overall Lockdown Zeben project, this is the 50th video, done 21 concerts, 4 compilation albums, 2 mini sets for radio, and 4 Lockdown 5 now, because I've just finished recording Lockdown Zeben Volume 5. But out of doing the Lockdown project, I really wanted to open it up to musicians that I like and local musicians where it was possible, and help spread the word of them and not just be me all the time. So on 1st of August, or possibly the day before, I think I loaded this the day after, Andy Whitehouse came and did, in Concert 16, and came and did a set in which he did Almost Home. As it happens in the stream, people talked about playing along. I think Johanna in Athens and Nina in the States were playing along, and Andy very graciously and kindly opened it up and I sneaked him in for a mini pop-up Zeben concert, mini pop-up song,
shaky. What's that?
With
Micro
him popping up for one song to play it, to give you all even more of a flavour for it. It's actually a song when Andy and I have toured together that him and I have played anyway together. It's been a really nice thing to do when I play a set and he plays a set, and we come together and play a couple of songs together. So Andy very graciously opened it up with his song, Almost Home, and came up with the idea of it being a project we could all do and contribute to in whatever form, both video and audio. People have sent all sorts of video of themselves, not just playing along, but what they're doing in the Lockdown Zeben group during the concerts and whatever during lockdown. And they've got some fabulous mixed set of videos and audio. And Andy's decided to release the song as a single and give all the money to a charity in Sheffield called Assist. There'll be more details on that coming anyway from Andy when he releases it and stuff. But it's a charity set up in Sheffield to help people who've unsuccessful with their applications for asylum, and it's just a really good cause. Andy's had stuff to do with personally in Sheffield. So here is the project so far. Let me just make it a little bit smaller and check what you can see. Let me see your view. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'll expand it out and you can see all the different parts that have been added. I'll play them all in a bit as well. So we've got some brilliant bass from Beth, which I've pretty much used in its entirety. A little dip there for a section. Everybody seemed to want to avoid that middle section for some reason, and everybody wanted to have a little extra note that hung on a bit longer. Is the original guitar. So when we played the track originally, you're looking at, sorry if you're not familiar with audio software, each of these is a track, a timeline of Andy playing his guitar from start to finish, and I've got individual access to each track because they were all recorded with microphones or lines separately. The original recording was just 6 things. There was a left and right of my loop, what comes out of what's been looped by me. There was Andy's guitar. There was Andy's vocal, because we're using a nice sensitive microphone. There's actually some of Andy's guitar on the vocal, which is kind of used to good effect, hopefully, at points. There was my violin and my vocal. and that's about it. 6 channels in total, but now if I just bring it back down, you'll see and highlight each track individually. Got Beth, I think, playing some bass, Andy's original guitar from excuse me, Michael Harding is a fantastic musician in Sheffield. You may see him in future on a Lockdowns even, who's been digging. He has a brilliant project called Animat and various other brilliant projects of his own. Loop left and right on the violin, pretty much left it as was. These yellow lines are automation, so I've preset changes in the volume where I didn't want that little section, for instance. I think the first contribution I received was from Johan, and that's his organ from the chapel, and fits perfectly. I've made some little arrangements, decisions with these, and just nibbled out pieces because otherwise the song would be too full. But this one fills from the middle to the end, fills and builds very nicely, followed by a sum of the parts that Nina sent on harmonium, which are brilliant, and a really nice stereo on that as well, different things happening in the left speaker and the right speaker. And again, I think that it's a very full sound, the harmonium. It fills the whole sound. I'll play these in a second. Nicely contributes. Pauline's weird noises that Marion sent me along as well. They contribute to the end. They sneak their head in. Alberic's there throughout with electronics and bird noises. And I use that for, just to swell in places. It was very handy, as was Faith's C sound compilation, and Angel in Athens there, some mixed noises again, giving that C feel. David, who I don't know, Andy must know, or perhaps has just got to know us through the project, but some fabulous piano. Was set out quite differently. Daniel's had done a whole set of instruments and a really nice little mix of his own. I just took sections of it just to fill in different areas. Fabulous harp from Julian. That I've used, the 2 yellows are harp, and I've used them to great effect. I love the way that it goes wild there and the harp picks up throughout. Kate Arnold, fabulous musician in London that we've played with. Andy and I played a concert and Kate played too, and all 3 of us got on stage and did Almost Home, and she's provided fabulous dulcimer track. Only real tweak I've made there is the beautiful melody at the start, which was fabulous as was. It was double the length. I just decided to leave a few bars of space before Andy started singing and let some of Michael's swelling guitars fill that space. Here's me on the violin. Only you can see there's been a bit of a trend. I've dipped out here. I wanted a real pause, a breath in the track before it went into that different section. Andy's vocals, which are constant throughout, but in that middle section I wanted to change it and have it so that his vocal wasn't with effects on in the same way, has a different feel to it, that section. A bit of me singing. Marion provided some lovely vocal harmonies, as did Lena, who's in there. I'm kind of not at the final stage of mixing yet. A few of these parts will disappear, a few will reappear when I excuse me, these things take a natural shape eventually. And then a bit more of Marion with a different effect on her voice. Matthew Johnson providing a bit of vocal harmony. Anya doing so too in the Almost Home sections. Brian doing some fabulous deep guttural spoken word. Jan saying we're almost home in German and Icelandic. And I nibbled and cut the time of Andrea and Jan. I don't think I can expand it so you can see it on that screen, but I put them in time with each other, syllable by syllable, saying We're almost home in German. Rona, fabulous contribution. I will skip to playing you these. I have to set up the mic slightly differently to play you this stuff, so I'll shut up in a minute and play you that. That's Rona saying it in Dutch and English, and Radmilo saying it in Croatian. What a fabulous mix we've got all together. Right, let me shut up and play you some. And first of all, I'm just going to play flick through some individual parts as I leave it running, and after that, I'll play you the whole mix.
Spark. Oh, if you guys laboring below can keep on shoveling the coal, keeps the fire burning in the soul. See us safe to harbour, never more to roam. We're almost home.
If you guys laboring below can keep on shoveling the coal by flames and sparks.
If you guys laboring below can keep on shoveling the coal that keeps the fire burning in the soul. See.
Cast your reefs upon the rolling waves.
We're almost home.
If you guys labouring below can keep on shoveling the coal that keeps the fire burning in the soul.
Wir sind fast zu Hause.
We zijn bijna thuis.
Nice to coming home.
We're almost home.
We're almost home.
Mi smo zamamo kod kuće.
Hello, sorry, you can hear me again now. I'm just going to bear with me 1 second. It's not a final mix, but you can all have a listen to how it is progressing rather nicely, I think.
It's darkening for sure, it's hard to tell if that ahead is cloud or land. As this old steamship struggles on with all the speed its engines can command. Oh, if you guys labouring below can keep on shoveling the coal, keeps the fire burning in the soul. See us safe to harbour, never more to roam. We're almost home. We're almost home. Salt water turned to steam over the furnaces that burn on through the dark. The faces and the forearms of the firemen brief lit by a flame and spark. Oh, if you guys laboring below can keep on shoveling the coal that keeps the fire burning in the soul. See it safe to harbor, never more to roam. We're almost home. We're almost home. We're almost home. You can hold us on the decks, say your prayers over the wrecks, cast your wreaths upon the rolling waves. Just lay a finger on the wing, you'll find that without fail vibrations from the engine. Get you home safe soon. So lay under the sky and watch the stars as they go spinning through the night. Those guys are working down below, and in the end it all will be alright. Oh, if you guys working down below can keep on shoveling the coal that keeps the fire burning in the soul. See us safe to harbor, never more to roam. We're almost home. We're almost home. We're almost home. We're almost home. Nice-Tim kommen heim.
We're almost home.
We're almost home.
Mi smo za mnom kod kuće.
Thank you all so much for your wonderful contributions throughout, be it spoken words, singing, fabulous playing, or the videos you made, or just the enthusiasm you've shown for it. I will spend some hours just developing that, mixing it, blending it in so you can hear everything and everything has its moment, and hopefully so it makes a glorious whole. And then Andy will release it, and any money that comes from it will go directly to Assist charity, which I just think is brilliant all round. Thank you all so much. This has been Lockdown Zeben video number 50, trying to shake it up a bit so to keep you all entertained.